Hey there, Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan, ordained on the internet. The caveat, as always, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, well, that's on you, pal. Today, it's time for my weekly Star Trek Eaglemoss Appreciation. I'm going to be running through all 13 of my Eaglemoss Starfleet vessels. And today, we're going back to the beginning. This is one of my favorites of my collection. The original. Often duplicated, yet never reproduced. This is the original series, Enterprise. The U.S.S. Enterprise, NCC-1701, the Constitution class starship the ship that launched 1,000 ships. Yeah, this is a really quality die-cast model. This is an Eaglemoss. Eaglemoss makes really, really detailed license models. They have the Star Trek license, and they do a darn good job of this. And they come with little books. I got even the binder for it. They have like little magazines that come with it. And I'll just read a little bit about the Enterprise for a second. And thank you for tuning into this. The Enterprise is a Constitution-class starship. She was launched in 2245. She has 23 decks. And this is the original from the 1966 television series. And I grew up a foot away from the television. And I adored this show. And this was the only starship that we saw until 1979 in the refit. Specifically, also in 1982 with the Wrath of Khan, when we finally got to see another starship other than the Enterprise or even the Constitution class. We saw the Miranda class, the Reliant, and then in Star Trek 3 they started giving us more and more starships, such as the Oberth class U.S.S. Grissom, and then the Excelsior class, the U.S.S. Excelsior, which we got in Star Trek 3, and we also got another Miranda class in Star Trek 4. We really didn't see anything more until the Next Generation, until we saw the Galaxy class USS Enterprise D. And then we started getting a huge diversity of different starships. Oh, darn good cup of coffee. I would play with upside down spoons as a kid, pretending that they were this magnificent designed wonderful model. It has a saucer section. It has a secondary hull where the engineering would be. It's got its warp nacelles, which is an imaginary propulsion system that will bend space-time, warp space-time, so the vessel can travel beyond the speed of light. And the bridge would be up here. These are the impulse engines, the IM pulse engines, which would give, propulsion for, sublight propulsion. And this is the main deflector dish. And this is the shuttle bay in here. I would love to get a model. I'm hoping that Eaglemoss will take my suggestion and make a shuttlecraft Galileo. That would be awesome. That would be a great addition to my Star Trek collection. This has been reproduced twice in the modern age in 2009's Bad Robot movie, where the nacelles were increased. There was more of a sweep to the to the pylons here. And then also again in the Discovery show to be lead into the Brave New World show, where this classic design was once again made into another separate 25% different intellectual property, so they can hopefully rake in the profits of a new design. But what they could not do was replicate just the simplicity of this. It just, both versions are over exaggerated. This has a utilitarian feature to it. It has a classic feature to it. Now this was the only Starfleet vessel that was available in the original series. We saw it a few times in the Doomsday Machine, and also the one with the with Captain Dunsel there. I mean, they were playing the war games, and they had a few different Constitution class starships out there, just with different names and registry numbers. And this will be the same ship we see in the motion picture. Next week when we do I have the Constitution class refit, and I have the NCC-1701A. They didn't make just a straight up refit. We lost this vessel in Star Trek III, the Search for Spock, and it was replaced with a similar Constitution class. But this ship itself gets a complete refit, a redesign of the nacelles and the saucer section and the primary hull. But it is the same ship. It just gets a new skin. And but this is the ship that launched my early childhood. It was the Moonbase Alpha from Space 1999 that were the source of this incredible love of sci-fi that I've kept with all my life. I love this. I remember being a kid, the one with the witch, and she had it was almost this on a chain, and she put it over the flame to torture the Enterprise crew with. And I just love this. And I also loved, when I had only 3 of these, I had the TOS, the original series, I had the movie version, and the Next Generation Enterprise D. I had them on my windowsill. And these little translucencies just pick up natural light, and they would just glow in the natural sunlight. They were so beautiful. And I'm so overwhelmed and marveled by these little models. I'm so complete as a Star Trek fan that these are available. These are actually a very reasonable price. These are the smaller versions. They're about $30 each. They come with a stand. Each stand has a designation on the back. They rest on the stand nicely. Let me just do this real quick. And as you can see in my background, I have a whole fleet of Starfleet vessels. And we're going to get to them one by one. But this is something I've wanted all my life. I have it. There's an extra large version of this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to invest in it sooner or later, because I just simply am in love with this classic original series version of the U.S.S. Enterprise. And, what do you think? What's your favorite starship? Do you have a favorite starship? Do you have any Eaglemoss? Do you want to share with me your love of Eaglemoss? I want to once again thank Robert Meyer Burnett and Heel versus Babyface's As for their weekly Wednesday show. They have got me into these adult collectibles. And I get to express my geek love with these little collectibles. And they just bring me so much joy just to look at. I love having them around. They just, I look at them and I smile, and just really completes me as a Star Trek fan. And it gives me some love to put back into this lifelong love that has literally abandoned me with the new Star Trek. I mean, it's just, yeah. My friend Raquel Briggs calls it the filth. She's right. Let's embrace the past and these glorious old shows. And thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, you know what? Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. Leave a comment in the comment section. Continue the conversation. Tell me what's your favorite Starship. And give me a subscribe if you can. I make spiritual content. I'm an amateur theologian. I'm also a professional chef. I make cooking videos. I want you to make delicious, nutritious, beautiful food to share with your family at your table. Breaking bread with and sharing meals with your loved ones is a great experience. Please don't take it for granted. Eating alone is eating alone. Well, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless. Namaste. Live long and prosper. In infinite diversity is infinite combination. Also, as said in episode 23 of season 2 of this original series, The Omega Glory, E plebnista, we the people. This matters for the Yangs and the Khans, or it doesn't matter at all. And that is something that this new Trek has forgotten. It had abandoned that notion. It's all one-sided awful. And yeah, I mean, embrace the past, where there was hope, where it didn't turn into a dystopia, where it was an idealized place, with a place for everyone, with conservatives and liberals, and the people in the middle. All right. Thank you so very much. Cheers.